So, what is your biggest block? What is the thing that's stopping you from achieving the things that you want in life? Well, that's what we're going to find out here today. This is an immersive, hands on, let's do it right now. Find your biggest block tutorial exercise, and it starts right now. I want you to pause this video for a second, go grab a piece of paper or grab your phone, start making notes because we're going to get started right now. So here's the first thing you do. What I want you to do is I want you to write down your thoughts, your most negative self-defeating thoughts that show up for you all the time. You probably know what they are. There's probably 10, 15, there might be 5 or 6, it just depends on you, of thoughts that really, really, really hurt when you think about them. So take a moment, write them down. Is your worst thought, I hate myself? Is your biggest, most painful thought is everybody else gets love, but I don't, or I'm not chosen, or nobody loves me, or I'll never measure up. Whatever it is, mine was I'm not worthy, or I don't matter. That's what mine is. I don't matter. These ideas are the ideas that control and limit us. So that's the first thing. We want to identify these ideas. So once you have them written down, we're going to go down to the next step. The next step is take one thought, just one thought at a time. Take the most painful thought that you can find on your list. And you're going to tune into that, and you're going to see, how does this thought make you feel? Just tune into that. Does it make you feel sad, hopeless, heartbroken, worthless? Does it make you feel angry? Does it make you feel afraid? What does it make you feel? And you want to tune into that feeling. So get in touch with that feeling. Now, that's not necessarily pleasant, right? But what we're getting in touch with right now is the block. The block is this painful energy. If you feel in your body, and let's do that. I always encourage people to find whatever they're feeling in their body. So this pain that you're feeling from this terrible idea, this terribly untrue idea, this pain that you're feeling, where is it located in your body? Look in your stomach, look in your solar plexus, look in your chest, look in your throat, your neck, your upper back. Where does all this energy living? And notice how intense this energy is. As you start to feel it, you can start to see that this really is an energetic block. So this thought and this emotion come together to form what we call a part, right? And this is becoming common language in our society these days, this language of parts. This part is essentially a wounded piece of yourself, a wounded child, if you will, that lives inside of you, okay? And it believes this wrong idea. And each of these blocks that happen inside of us are basically a lie that we believe, and that lie that we believe creates all this pain, and all this pain creates this block. And the reason it stays there is because this block is so painful that we do everything we can to avoid it. Okay. So now what I want you to do is I want you to take this feeling. We don't want to get away from the feeling yet. As a matter of fact, all the good things that are going to happen for us are going to come as a result of staying with this feeling, not running away from it. We've run away from it for our whole lives. Now we're connecting to it. Okay, so now we're going to use this pain as a magnifying glass, and we're going to look back over the course of our lives, and we're going to try to remember the earliest time that we felt this pain. Was it when you were 3 or 4? If it was when you were 12, that's fine. We're just looking for the earliest time you can remember feeling this feeling. So if it's I'm unloved, how old were you? Were you 3 or 4 in which your parent didn't pick you up or look at you and you felt this longing and it hurt so much? So what's important about seeing that this pain that you're feeling now and this block that you're feeling now is the exact same feeling and the exact same pain that you felt at 4 or 5 or 8 or 12, right? And that it's been hanging around now here for decades. So this is part of how we know that this is a block that has been with us and that we've been running from it forever. This pain has actually controlled our lives, and it causes us to take actions, and it causes us to not take actions. So if it's I'm worthless, when we go out for that job interview and we're trying to get that great job, we don't show up, or we don't make the call, or we say the wrong thing in the interview and self-sabotage ourselves because we don't feel worthy of it, right? And so this is how this block expresses itself. We continue to live out these patterns in our lives. And so this thing has really kind of taken us over, right? And so the way that we begin to deal with this block that lives here inside of you as this big kind of neutron bomb of energy, and when you feel it, you can see that there isn't this flow. If you look at the parts of your life that are working, you can feel this kind of flow out of your body and things just kind of go fluid. And here, you know you have potential. And I think that's part of why it's so painful. We know that we're capable of more, but there's some glass ceiling. There's something there that's limiting us and stopping us, right? And it's this block. And so the solution for this block, right? And so now we found it, right? And we've named it. So we've named it, I'm not good enough, or nobody wants me, or whatever it is, right? And that feeling is the key to it all. People want to intellectualize it and try to figure out and say, this is when my mother did this. None of that matters. What matters is the intensity of that feeling. And the reason it stays in place is because we hate that feeling. We don't want to feel that feeling. We're doing everything in our lives to not feel it. And this is the problem. Because everything good inside of us is still there. All that magic and beauty that we have, that we possess, that is inside of us is still there. It's just right here, and it's trapped underneath all of this negativity. And we have to somehow get rid of all of this negativity so that this natural, pure goodness that's inside of us can shine. And this is what I've done again and again in my life. I've let go of these limiting beliefs. And each time I do, my life gets exponentially better. So how do we get rid of these limiting beliefs? And more importantly, how do we get rid of this huge ball of pain? The answer to that is quite simple. It's not the easiest solution, but it's very simple. We begin to feel that pain, because the reason the block is there is because we never felt it to begin with. And to be fair, we couldn't as kids, because as a kid, you can't process that much emotion. Your infrastructure is not strong enough. You're not built yet to handle it. You have to grow into that. So now that we've become adults, we can go back and we can feel it. The only problem is there's like skull and crossbones. Every time we try to go to that feeling, our nervous system tries to protect us. Our nervous system tries to protect us from it and say, don't go here. This will kill you. This will drive you crazy. It'll last forever. So what we do is we learn how to be with what is. There is pain inside of us. And so we learn how to sit with that and be with it. And so if you imagine it like a small child, and maybe you come across a small child and they've skinned their knee, right? And what would you do? You would sit next to them. You wouldn't look at your watch and say, are you done crying yet? You would sit next to them with compassion. You would let them sort of cry, and you would be with them. And that's what you want to do here. You want to be with this part of you that feels unworthy or unlovable. And you want to sit with them. And I recommend 5 minutes a day, and I recommend doing it early. You sit down with this part, and over time, over the course of 30 days, you'll notice a big difference. You'll be freer from this pain. And it can happen anywhere from 1 to 4 months of breaking through this part, where you can break free from it. You can actually get rid of this forever. These things that we thought were going to be there inside of us forever, and that's why we run from them. They actually have an end to them. And in my community called Unblock Your Brilliance, this is what we work on. This is what we teach. I have a bunch of 5-day challenges that we do that teach you how to sit with your feelings, how to identify your blocks, how to move through them. So the links are in the description below. Come and check it out. The membership is free, and see what we have to offer there. It's the most foolproof way that I have seen to get through these blocks. And there are people who have gotten through this stuff and dropped it and never felt it again. And that's a very real thing. And I also do one-on-one sessions. You can go down in the links below, and you can schedule a free one-on-one consultation with me, so I can sort of walk you through this and show you how this works and help you really clearly define your block so that you can begin to work with it. And we also do small group workshops for people who want a smaller group situation, but still find that they work well in that, and they can actually process their emotions better with the group energy. All that's available when you check out the links below and check out the free community, Unblock Your Brilliance. The most important thing is, and I say this to everybody all the time, is it's always about the pain. It's always about the pain that we don't want to feel. That's what's holding us back. And it's so counterintuitive. It doesn't really make any sense. But as you start to feel that pain and go into it, it changes. It does change. If you've ever had that cathartic experience of going through your emotions, that's what I'm talking about. You come out the other side and you've dropped the emotion and you feel light and free. That's what we're talking about here. We're talking about how to break free from these blocks that are limiting you from achieving the truly great things in life that you want to achieve. So come check out what we have to offer, and we'll see you in the next video. Cheers.